Hi mates, and welcome to another video. We are at Train With Intent, the new home gym, the absolute gym itself. There is no other place you want to be. This video is quite literally an upper day. I will take you through the exercises. I will give you tips, tricks, cues on how to maximize that exercise. And then I'll give you an alternative for that exercise because I know not everyone has the luxury of having all of these great pieces like I do. So yeah, stay tuned and let's get massive. Yeah. So first exercise is a chest movement. This machine is a Cybex converging machine. So pretty much the arms go inwards towards the midline. However, not everyone has this piece of equipment. So alternatives, dumbbell incline press, where your elbows are going inwards towards the middle of the body. You've also got a hammer strength machine press, or any machine press that the arms, oh, that's on full stack, I'm not lifting that, where the arms go inwards. Does that make sense? Let's get into it. Some tips for setup here is, obviously on the seat, you don't want it too low, so where your arms are like this, and you're pressing with your bloody front delts. And also you don't want it too high, where you're up here and you're almost doing this. You'll more than likely set it up and you'll know whether it's the right thing or not. Like, you don't want to feel like you're snapping a joint. And if you can get a pretty good contraction on the chest, you should be good. I'm gonna take the slack out first and press. Pulls, press. Down, pulls, press. Make sense? On this exercise, we are doing 3 sets, 2 of which are 7 to 12, and then 1 12 to 15. These are straight sets, no need for any fancy gobbins, just 7 to 12, then another set, 7 to 12, and then 1 set, 12 to 15. Easy as that. This is my first set. Fuck, I went a bit too heavy there because I wasn't able to fully drive my elbows in. So, dickhead on my part. However, I'm going to lighten the load a bit just so I can hit the rep range later on. You're much better off probably going a bit heavier and then knowing just to drop the weight slightly, because there's nothing worse than doing a rep and you're like, oh fuck, I can get like 50 more of this. So I'd rather do that. Now, rest times can vary because obviously if you're doing a hack squat, you're going to want to rest more than if you're doing dumbbell lateral raises. The idea is 90 seconds to 3 minutes. Give yourself around that time. However, if you need more, give yourself more time. Just give yourself enough rest to the point where you don't feel like it's going to take out of your next set. It's self-explanatory, you melons. Your melons? Your melon, your bellend. Your melons. That's a new thing. Now, I know a lot of people train top set, back off set style training. Obviously, when you do your back off set, go around 25% lighter, and you should be able to reach that next rep range. So next exercise is this Cybex Row. We are doing it unilaterally. That means you're literally doing a single arm instead of both arms. We're doing 2 sets, 7 to 12, and then another set, 7 to 12, so 2 sets altogether. If you don't have this one, then you can always do... Right, mate. Obviously, if you don't have this one, you can do a hammer strength row, you can do a cable row with a bench, you can do a dumbbell row, anything that you're really using one arm to do a row with. Tips for a setup with a unilateral row. Obviously, if you can plant your foot on something like this, brilliant, because obviously the weight's wanting you to go that way. If you put a pressure against it, you'll be able to lift more stability in that. Hips adjusted slightly black because it's just going to align the lats a lot better with the machine. Obviously, press your chest against the chest pad, grab where it's comfortable, and then sort of lean over to the side which the arm is working. It's just going to align the lat a lot better with the machine. Meaning you can get a tighter squeeze on the lat. I am in fact using wraps only because my forearms are as weak as a fucking 2-year-old. So my lat can lift a lot more than my forearms. The forearm will not fail before the lats do, meaning the forearms are not a limiting factor. Get comfy. Ow. What I try and do is do my left arm first, because obviously that's the weakest. So if I do my weak arm first, get as many reps, let's say 8 reps, I then try and get 8 reps on my stronger arm. Because if I was to do my stronger arm first, yes, I could probably get 8, 9 reps. However, then when I go onto my weaker arm, it's only going to get 7. So it's not level then, and you're going to end up with imbalances and look like you're from bloody Camborne, Cornwall. So it's not the nicest. Now, would this be an optimal video without any cuff movements? No, it would not. So here is a Sternal Cuff Fly with the cables. That's a mouthful. Obviously, bench in the middle, don't be a prat. Now, obviously, with cable height adjustments, you're just gonna have to do it and see what's comfortable. Try and find out which is sort of gonna be the right height for you. So for me, I feel like this will be a good height. Obviously, get your cuffs, chuck them onto there. Cuffs above the elbows to obviously, instead of using D handles, obviously cuffs, because if you're using a D handle, one, your grip strength is a limiting factor. Yeah, this is a good height for me. Now, mainly focusing on driving elbows in towards the midline, because that is what the chest is built for. Now, yes, alternatives, if you don't want to do this, you can do a D handle fly with this. You can use a pec deck. Just make sure you're not focusing on bringing your hands in instead of focusing on bringing your elbows in. 4 straight sets here, but all of them are 15 to 20 reps. So I'm not picking a weight that is going to be too hard, because obviously I've got to think of longevity and not just going top set, back off, that's it. This one we're doing 4 sets with. To get in, all you got to do, cuff around the elbow, walk across, grab inside of there so you're not letting it go, drive the other cuff, grab it there, and you're in. Driving elbows inwards. Focusing on breathing and bringing elbows in. To get out, just let the bench roll backwards and get yourself out safely. I'm going to do the other 3 sets of this, and I'll see you at the next exercise. Next exercise is a bicep curl. I am doing so I've got the prime attachment there with the D handles to the side, and obviously we'll be curling it up. If you want any alternatives to this, you can just get normal cables behind the back, do a bicep curl like that. You can do a barbell bicep curl, you can do a dumbbell bicep curl, pretty much any bicep curl. Obviously, this is like the most optimal that you can do, but at the end of the day, if you don't enjoy it and you can't be fucked to set it up, then don't do it because you're not going to do it at the end. We're doing 3 sets here, 10 to 15 on all of them, straight sets. Again, nice and simple. Obviously, all the way up, keep your elbows locked in place, squeeze slowly down, pause at the bottom, squeeze the triceps at the bottom just to allow for full extension of the bicep. That was hanging. Obviously with this, rest time is going to be a lot shorter than if it was like something like the first exercise, just because your biceps can recover a lot quicker. In terms of like session duration, you can get everything done within an hour, to be fair. You can have leg sessions that go all the way up to like 2 hours. Ideally, if I was here any longer, I'd be losing my absolute nut, so there's not a chance I'm going to be in there for longer than 2 hours. Usually my sessions roughly are around like an hour to an hour and a half. Again, like any longer, and one, the pre-workout's probably going to be going like downhill. 2, I'm going to be bored out of my mind. And 3, I would lose the pump, so yeah, nicely done. Now, next exercise is a cuffed crossbody tricep extension, like so. Really? Bloody broken my mic now. Alternatives for this exercise, obviously you don't have to have cuffs, you can just hold on to here, but at the end of the day now your grip strength is going to be a limiting factor. You can use a long rope, obviously it's going to get you into a nice flexion and extension, or if you don't have a long rope like this, just get 2 normal ropes and put them onto the bar, onto the cable like so. On this specific one, we are doing 4 sets. All of them are 15 to 20 reps, squeezing at the bottom for 2 seconds and pausing at the top like usual, you know it. See, on this exercise, focus on keeping your elbows in one place, because obviously if you're doing this, you're not actually contributing to the tricep, believe it or not. Keep your elbow locked in, driving with the tricep, not momentum. The last exercise is a cuff lateral raise on the cables. Alternatives for this exercise are, if you want to use a D handle instead, you can do a D handle lateral raise, or even a dumbbell lateral raise, or even the machine lateral raise. anything that you're really doing a lateral raise with. Key points for this: cable, you want it around hip height, cuffs on the wrist, obviously left one goes on the right hand, right one goes on the left hand, around the wrists, shoulders back and down, head up, slight hinge in the hips, just to allow a bit of room, elbows and arms almost in front of you, in the scapular plane, and driving hands and elbows out and then up, not just up. So out, up, down, pause, out, up. Oh, 10, 11. What I've noticed with delts over the time I've been training is you feel like you're done on them, but if you just go for that one more, you're going to be able to get another one more than likely. So people, that is session all finished now. Hope you enjoyed. I am dripping like your mum's vagina. Go check out all the links in bio. You will not regret it. Code HIGHMATE at checkout. If you want any online coaching, fill out the application in bio. Training programs in bio as well. So yeah, bio. Love you all. See you later, and I'll see you in 2 days. Peace.